spring is in full swing and Mother's Day is just around the corner. My next guest suggests lemon ricotta bundt cake with raspberry glaze is a dessert mom will love. Michelle Millier joins us through the screen to share the recipe. Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Good. How are you doing, Brooke?
I'm doing good. Do you at this point just take it upon yourself to make the Mother's Day dessert that you yourself are going to love? I hope so. I hope so.
I kind of don't want to bake for myself or cook for myself on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So we got to assign recipes that are easy enough that anyone can make them.
I like that. I like that. And speaking of mothers, I hear you have an awesome mom who taught you how to bake. Tell me about that kitchen connection.
I do. I have an amazing mother. We're really close. And in fact, I just went on a 2.5-week trip to the UK with her.
Amazing.
And she was a home ec teacher in her early career. And so she was very knowledgeable about all things in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I remember being in the kitchen, learning how to measure flour the right way, leveling it off with the back of a knife. I loved making these mini cheesecakes with her.
Oh.
I just have a lot of fun memories with my mom in the kitchen.
She brought her work
start
home,
my love of baking,
so to speak. She taught you kids in the kitchen too. Oh, I love that. I love that legacy and how it's carried on through you, and now you're sharing that gift with us. Let's dive into this cake. I love that you're busy and going. Where do we start with this one, Michelle?
Yes. Okay, we're going to start with some butter and some sugar. We want to cream this together really well. It takes a few minutes, so I've done that ahead of time. That's a really important step with cakes. We're adding air into the mixture, which will help us have a nice rise to our cake. So I've creamed that there. Then we are going to add some ricotta cheese.
I don't bake or cook with this a lot. I don't eat this a lot.
You know, I don't either, but I thought it sounded really fancy.
It does. It's very highbrow.
And yes, and it impresses, but it's so easy to work with.
Okay. And what does that add to the cake when you're adding ricotta?
It's going to add a richness of flavor. Even though this is a citrus cake, this adds a sort of richness. It adds a lot of moisture to the cake, and it really helps the texture of the cake as well. So it has a lot of good things that it helps with.
Okay, where does the citrus come from? Do we add the lemon now?
So now we're going to add some vanilla. We're going to add our eggs. It's really important to add your eggs one at a time, actually. That also helps with the consistency of your cake.
Okay.
And then we will add our lemon. And it's so important to use fresh squeezed lemon juice. I do not like using any fake lemon flavorings when I bake.
So no lemon circular jars can be found, plastic jars can be found in your fridge.
No. Well, okay. So that's not necessarily true because I use it for like marinades and stuff.
We caught her.
But not for baking.
We caught her. Would your mom approve?
I have been caught. Yeah, she has it in her fridge too.
All right,
it's okay.
How do you ensure, can I ask you with a bundt cake, I always get nervous because the form is just so and the shape is part of the name. How do you ensure it's not going to stick to the pan?
Okay. Well, what I do, I use this right here. It's baking Pam, and you can also use Baker's Joy. Those are both really good options because I'm all about easy in the kitchen. And so this has flour in it. And so you will liberally spray the inside of your bundt with it. Yeah. I've never had any issues. And you can see it kind of foams up a little bit.
Okay.
But adding this, your cake will slide right out.
Okay, good. Baking instructions, give it to us.
We are going to bake at 350 degrees for 40 to 50 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean.
Okay, good. And I see a beautiful dusting of powdered sugar to finish us off, but we've got about a minute left. I have to ask about this glaze, this raspberry lemon glaze that you put atop. Yeah,
we cannot forget the glaze. So it has fresh raspberries, and you're just going to mash those up. You can blend them up as well. You're also going to add, again, fresh squeezed lemon juice and powdered sugar, and that is it. It is so simple, but it packs such a huge punch, and people will come back for more. I guarantee it.
It's one of those recipes, just the name. Again, there's the fanciness of the ricotta, but just the name kind of makes your mouth pucker a little bit. And I'm looking in and seeing that you're glazing the individual slices, right? Not the whole cake?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I recommend glazing the individual slice just because the glaze is so good. You want it all over that cake.
That's a good answer. Give every slice the
Yes.
appropriate portion
Yes.
of glaze. Michelle, you're so great. Where can we find more of your recipes and your ideas? I love learning from you.
You can find me at thecookiekitchenbakery.com and at the Cookie Kitchen Bakery on Instagram.
All right, cookies your specialty, the Cookie Kitchen Bakery, but today it's
Yes.
a lemon ricotta bundt cake, and we are better because of it. Perfect for Mother's Day. Michelle, thank you so much.
Thanks, Brooke.